What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna take these nice headphones and I think we're gonna cut them probably right here. Look, go like this. Those are some nice Bose headphones I just cut. Look, I really cut it, but if I take the ends, I can't just glue them back together. That's not gonna work because you need that electrical connection. But if I place them in here and I blow, you see, I really did restore them. Pretty cool, right? Keep forgetting where that camera is. Let's learn how to do it. Welcome to the DIY table. So here is what you are gonna need. You're gonna need yourself some electric tape. You're gonna need some gauge wire. This is just any kind of like hobby wire you can get. You just want the wire to be about the same thickness as headphone wire. Doesn't have to be exact, as you can see, this is close enough. Then you're gonna need a safety pin, some scissors, round cord elastic. That's probably the best stuff, is cord elastic. And then a ruler. Well, ruler is optional. You don't really need a ruler. You can just do this by eye. So let's grab this stuff and let me show you what you're gonna make first. I always hate a video on a gimmick and they don't show you what the gimmick looks like. So if you take one look at this gimmick and you know how to make the trick, you might as well just jump ahead at this point. But for those of you that still wanna see what I did to make this all work, you have a wire here, electric tape here, the elastic band all the way over to the safety pin. Let me put that to the side because all of that is going to go into a button-up shirt or a zipper hoodie, anything that has an open front on it. And it sits at your back. I pin it to, let me get that in frame there. I pin it to the back collar here. That's where the back of my neck sits. And then you just want to make sure that whatever length you end up making it, it doesn't go below the bottom of your shirt, or you're going to have a wire hanging off your butt, and that's going to look really weird, and some guy's going to come up behind you, pull that wire, it's going to snap you in the butt, and you're not going to have a good day. So I hope they won't do that. That's assault. That would be weird. Okay, so let's go over how to make this. It's pretty easy to do. First thing you're going to want to do is take some elastic thread here, and you want about 2.5 feet, give or take. Maybe 3 feet if you're unsure, but about 2.5 feet is about right. So for me, that's about this much. I'm just going to cut that. Now, the hardest part, at least to explain, is going to be the knots. Now, I'm not going to get into an in-depth thing on how to do a knot, but if you know how to tie just a simple, if you know how to tie your shoes, you know how to tie a simple knot, right? Like you just go through the loop like that and then tighten it on up. And you're just going to put one of these guys as close to the end as you can on the elastic rope like that. Now you're going to need to make a loop. So to do a loop, it's just the same thing. You're going to you're just going to tie a knot again with the knot side here. Not sure if you can see this. Here's the knot. I'm just going to tie a knot again. And I'm going to pull this till it's about to close. And then once it's here, I take this knot and I shove it through the opening, and then I close the knot around the string itself, the elastic band here. Now that way, this knot will catch onto this knot and your elastic will have a nice little loop. That's it. Now I tie it onto the other side. Just gonna do a square knot or a granny knot, doesn't matter. I go through this hole on the safety pin. So I drop the safety pin and then tie a nice little granny knot or a square knot, doesn't matter which one you do. You're just doing 2 loops and you double knot. Basically a double knot. If you haven't heard of, if you don't know how to, double knot your shoes, you're basically just double knotting. And there you go. So this is gonna hook onto the back of your shirt. Now to do the wire, you're gonna cut off about, this is where I say the measuring tape or measuring thing is kind of useful, about 8 inches. Doesn't need to be exact. Now you can use old headphone wire for this, but it is a little bit loose. Like it, that headphones have floppy wire, and the wire that you get at like a home goods store, or home goods, not home goods, a hardware store is going to be firm. It's going to hold its shape a little bit, right? It's got a solid core. It makes it easier to do the trick. It's not necessary. You could do this with old headphones. It doesn't matter. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take your wire, you're going to feed it through your loop, and then you're just going to tie another knot. Now, if I haven't mentioned already, this is going to be pretty much a one-use gimmick. There is a way to use it multiple times if you use it once and you're like, I don't know, maybe doing some street magic like a weirdo, you David Blaine wannabe, and you want to do this trick again, but you've already cut this because you're going to be able to get that nice visual cut. I will show you a way to use this multiple times a day, but I like personally just using it once and then going on with my life there. Let me show you. Okay, so then once you get it in there, you tie it right onto the string, onto the elastic cord. You're gonna put those two knotted areas together. The loop, you want it near the knot on the wire, and then we're gonna take give or take about 4 inches of, what do you call this, electric tape, and we're gonna put it on to the wire at the bottom here. Just like this, and we'll just wrap that nice and good. We just kind of want it to stay. Boom, bada boom, bada boom, bada boom. Bam! Now, last thing to do, last step, is dropping a card box. Hold on. Now, the last step is going to be making sure it fits your shirt. So you take it, put it in the inside of your shirt, and if you see it comes past the bottom, in this case mine does, what you're going to do is you're just going to take the string and just wrap it. Really don't need to do anything more than that. I always tend to make these too long. It's because I have multiple outfits I use when I do magic, because I do a lot of shows. And so I like these to be able to fit any shirt. So this wrapping method works best for me. And if I want to adapt it, magicians would know, more professional magicians might know other ways you can adapt these things to make them sit in your shirt differently. This is the most common way though. So we're gonna go and place it in the back of the shirt here. Oops, I don't have it inside out. And it stabs. I go through the thickest part of my shirt that I can, just right above your tag. Where the shirt is folded over so they won't see the metal sticking out, right? Your shirt will be folded right here. And then this will sit kind of, it's actually not enough down. I'm gonna make it a little unwindy here. Okay, good. And then I kind of have it sit, a little more than 2/3 the way down. Now, you're gonna take your shirt, put it on, and let me show you how to use this. Okay, so to perform this, I like to wear their headphones. I like to put it on my finger at the very beginning, hold their headphones, and then when I come out with it, I'm gonna find a spot, I'm gonna pull my ring finger up and grab here, so it looks like I'm grabbing the headphones. But the reality is I have all this extra gunk. Now you have to be careful. You don't want to take your hand away here. It's not obvious on camera because it's black on black, but they'll see the elastic band. So you're going to switch for a second and then switch your hands back just to show the loop here, and they'll just see 2 headphones coming up and the loop. So when you take your scissors and you go to cut, I'm not going to cut it because I don't really want to waste a gimmick, and it's self-explanatory. So you cut it and you're going to really sell that moment. You really want them to watch you actually cut the headphones because that's going to sell this whole effect. You then push them down into your hand, and this is the best part. The moment you let go, it shoots back into your shirt. And you could probably see a little flash of that. That's always going to happen with elastics. You always want to be moving around a little bit. So usually I just move, I turn a little while I'm pushing it down. Say what if I could heel the headphones? And then I do this nice and slow. And usually they think you're holding it or something with your fingers here. And so what you can do is let go and just show that it completely restored. And there's nothing to find. You can show inside your shirt. You haven't hidden anything. It just looks like a pretty trick. Now, but let's say that you want to do this trick again, but you've already cut the gimmick. What can you do? Well, let's go ahead and go through that. So I take somebody else's headphones. We go through the whole thing, right? Make sure you keep your finger curled in while you're looking at the headphones. curl them together, pull it up, right? Showing like the headphones, switch hands. And it looks really funky, but once you do this, right, you cut, it really looks like you've cut the headphones like this. And then what you do is you blow and then you show them. Now, what if you want to do the trick again? There is a way to do it. It's just not as good. So you're going to use the gimmick again. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back, you're going to grab your gimmick, and you're going to hold it with your whole fist this time. And you're going to take their headphones, you're going to turn around, grab the scissors, go like this, and then you're going to put everything in position while you're holding the scissors, and then you're just going to show it like this when you're done. So when you turn around, you're going to show that you've cut it. All right, so you're going to turn away to cut it, and then turn around, show that you've cut it, and then you're going to like do this, and then blow, and the same thing. But you don't get that nice moment where you actually cut their headphones. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be as good that second time. All right, guys, hope you like my little take on this cut and restored headphones gag. If you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.